so wabaswa mestre so be share na nsem bi aba no Kennedy Agyapong ye de ne ko hospital ana because obi an hwini mu free nsuo ye no operation wie ye na ne hwini mu e free nsuo after so obetna ho beki cancer mu hono efa Mahama hono omientie wabaswa na wafrɛ unua bi ene odofo bi nso ama na baso no aba betensem a ye ka no ha sei no wa wabaso no mestre se wo be share na unua bi nso ye dey atimi abaso wa wabaso no mestre se wo be share ne fa unua bi braso share ne fa unua bi e braso wa wabaso no mestre se fa comment no e bra ne share page no ne fa unua bi e braso na ye koswa nso so age entoboa e de aboa Loud Silence TV nti wa wo pepa se opese oboa e ma dwumadi koswa Loud Silence TV no eni die menu ya share na asemu enko Kennedy Agyapong ho na ene ye besan ye ne surgery foforo ye bibie Kennedy Agyapong no ni tiri na ye bie mu first one MC nsu akuginem nsu akugina Kennedy Agyapong ni tinimu inte wo se ye bie na ye di eyire ye operation foforo ne ye twi nsu na akugina onse nsu akugina wasom a wo yesi ya na eyidede wo wasom sa na ye Kennedy Agyapong ni ye di nyansa me di nyansa be hye ni tirim oti ase Kennedy Agyapong na wo hefa na 2020 November kwesi Pratt interview John Mahama na wo hen afi na be yi ano on se me catch them say politicians e wo Ghana titru ni MPP fo we no sa NPP fo we o motisu yi no omo ya akohwifo na kofo o de tenadem ne ye mum o mesei mo tradition ne de amamo minia share page no na enko Kennedy Agyapong ho mo mfa ntutu groups na ewo na Kennedy Agyapong mo ntwe ne mra no meti nyansa time on Mahama make allegations or making the points or yet sa nyoma no na ugina wakugina bantama na wakugina ye e na wakasa wo de $1 million eto mansion e de ma wo girlfriend na Mahama de oye cheap into the $500,000 that time no and na kwesi Pratt na or interview John Mahama na munim say eye election era no mo ne kokoye debate a obe floor mo so ho omo aye din ma debate period ni etwam afi no akotimo platform so akotwa the except na menua timo edit to ni page ni so no ena enre chiu se da ba moti na tu ho akohwifo menua mon share page no fanko akire mfa mame e wo se ye manyansa bi wura nkofo bi tirim menua mesrɛ mo abaso no mon share page no na enko Kennedy Agyapong ho me say ye de ne be kɔ New Jersey ho na ya sa akobie ni tirim na ya twe nsuo na akogina ni tirim no afri mo asem no enie untie TV station kura nya papa so sorry udwa ni pe udwa ni pa so
interview to Kwesi Pratt dinka pese yentie interview no bona Ghana futi are you ready mo fama na yentie sa interview sana me wi a maka ho asem ye de hon komo no e de abro me kai wo say ye ne honorable Kennedy Ohen Agyapong e na e din komo na interview no yentie na fe yento aso mo de muntie pa muntie wa wabaso me se o de share me ma na nya o din share tanko Yusuf Sama Aminu.
How did the strong, resilient economy that Nana Akufo-Addo and Bawumia talked about crumble in the space of, let's say, 6 months. I mean, they were waxing lyrical about how strong this economy was, and things have never been so good for Ghana. I mean, how come within 6 months of just a coronavirus pandemic, the whole economy has collapsed completely? We are facing the worst economic situation probably in the entire history of, I wouldn't even say probably, in the entire history of the Fourth Republic. The economy has never been this bad. And you see, when you have a hole and you're hiding it, you understand? Eventually, when reality catches up, you will find that that hole will be exposed. There's been a hole in this economy, and I've kept saying it. This is not the first time I'm going to say it. The finance minister, who is the cousin of the president, has been cooking the books since 2017. He has this way of, and it's the first time we're having this strange presentation of budget. Our budget numbers from 1992 to date are the budget numbers for everybody, for Parliament, for the International Donor Organization, for everybody. And those are the numbers that are presented to the world. This finance minister comes and he has liabilities, big ones. Instead of calculating them and putting them in the budget, he brings them to the bottom and puts them at footnotes. And so he doesn't factor them in the budget. And so he can give you a deficit number that looks good. He can give you a debt to GDP ratio that looks good. You know, he can give you, all his other fiscal statistics that look good. But as soon as you add the liabilities, one was the financial sector clean out, and two is the energy sector debt. The energy sector debt, today he owes the independent power producers alone $1.5 billion.
Yeah, so when you unyansani ya ade a on e wo so hwe ho ye. Mema mu remfi mema mu nji obi status bi mfiri ni nsem. Mopeu akwai a ye friend John Mahama no waye Ghana president da. Inti ade bia Akufo-Addo wu famu no wono wa famu da. And for all you know, he has again been a vice president before. Inti our rich experience. And it's a no the experience Mahama has, Kufuor doesn't have it. The experience Mahama has, JJ even didn't have it. Atamils, any John Mahama no, omo similar experience because Obi a vice president da, and they all know what it takes to occupy the highest seats and what it takes to occupy the second highest seat. So if you have such rich individuals in your politics, you got to respect that person's integrity. No one is forcing John Mahama on anyone. But you should try as much as possible to respect people's integrity. Canada Agyapong obebo bra minister crown so untimini because we krom for untimini sika ntna sika be fa onsase. What's the mention I say? Now papa yi ka asem o kan November 2020 before the elections. Canada Agyapong na hefa na wote. Eno na okogina atease a na okekansem hunu okogina bantema ekache bantema NPPU to say eni kwan se omokoto abama Mahama adaya Mahama de oye cheap na o de $500,000 pe ene to dan ma na wo Canada Agyapong no wo de $1 million eto dan e de ma ete wo de wonye cheap wo de you know what's up wo de ase good. Mi busa say $1 million. Uni me dwume betimi akreti ama NPP for wo bantema nko a eno wa betena wo TV station so radio TV station no se menim campus continental kra work tech kra no papa sen wo TV station no o ma yaso mu nwie de be bra na Canada Agyapong wa bo a o pese tembia no di nipa bi anim yefom ana ye bia wuti so no afa wadwen mu em sa afa wadwen mu e wo so New Jersey ho wo san kɔ ho e wo se New Jersey honum no wo san akọ ho ne ye ko bi wa adwum na empane na omugigya hye awutiri mu no ye twetwe firi mu wo betena ho you obubom te se jatabrua anso nyansasem bie no efrito omo adwen so a wonim so omo adwen so a omo di NPP party net no enom be hu se wo ye demigod. But some people like us, individuals like us, no, mu dia mu ni mo share omo internet ne so no. Yentie
$1.5 billion. Those are the figures he's now put in the budget that are showing the kinds of numbers that are, and so he's been engaged in subterfuge.
Yes.
And sometimes very criminal subterfuge. I'll give you another example.
How many so try
in 2019, they didn't meet the domestic revenue target. You know what Oforiatta did? He made GRA go and borrow money from commercial banks and presented it and said, we met the revenue targets. So when coronavirus struck, the commercial banks have been deducting the loan that they gave to show good figures for 2019. That is why the economy is worse than it is, because any revenue that comes, the commercial banks are taking their money back.
Basic economics.
Some of these things have been very criminal, and I'm surprised that Professor Ade, as chairman of GRA, could connive to do something as criminal as this. The president knows about it.
You are a professor. This is what they have been doing since Omuteki Mantle. No? They cook the books. One said Nansinya World Bank for Abechichim. Samosi de Mahama Kanan Yano Krekrana. World Bank Sika Omodima Ghana during the COVID no. Sika World Bank for Edima Ghana paying for no. Ghana paying for no be country ya no matesu. Enye na Nansinya country director. Ebe kache ye say. Sika no obem mention the exact amount Omodima Ghana. So when this man is saying the people are intentionally cooking the books, when you are preparing a budget, key things, no, you don't put them in the footnotes. Woko hiding of footnotes, no, so that obe presented the FND the actual. Later, no, oko add the deficit na wo footnotes ni mu, any the wo we ni mu ha, ubonsa na debt no so high. Or churches are same way before election 2020. Where were you? What got 2 years? Just say you when who say now Mahama is resonating with the youth. Me say ye nyina no say NPP ni NDC no Mahama kro te honum no say onya political party bi betimi abe replace wo man kope wo. But as we speak no de ye wa ne Mahama ne Akufuado ene ba omia ne Alancash. But uyi sankofo wi mu nyina untimi form compare Mahama ne and form compare netna. Wa udi etinye no ubetimi akose wo dem no wasu. Aha ena ye me ne nuanu adofo a omu ti nyansa ase omu aba omu tie nyansa. Aha de oba ye beka no kure na din atrewo na opa na oduti akohwedan mu. Minua your first time o message so be follow page no because aha ye disappoint mo da. What you say? De Mahama aye ene ye ka ho asem. De Akufuado aye ene ye ka ho asem. Ye nkoka asem bi obi nyeda yi enye ye. What you say? Ye nkoka asem mfa nto obi so. The asem the prevailing issues are the very issues we talk on or we talk about on this platform. Mama message we nko Kennedy Agyapong ene ne nkofo no omo adwen awu no a omo di nachi no se enyansafo Ghana fo emma ahofefo emma a ewo Ghana omo awowo enyansafo ewo Ghana ho na ebi ne ye ene mo amoti nyansa ase amo ha no mo maame no mu di nyansa wo mo nti mo ti nyansa se osu nge a mo sori kosia no mi metna ha metoto anansesem mfa nkire nipa wo mi metoto anansesem mfa nkire mo Kennedy Agyapong maya sumuna yentie
thing about it, you know. And so, yes, the economy is in a bad state. We handed him a much better economy. You know, growth had been projected at 8% for 2017. They had nothing to do with that growth. It had been projected. World Bank, IMF had all said that in 2018, the economy was going to grow at 8% because of the work that we had done in 2017, because of the work that we had done in 2016. I left him $300 million in the stabilization fund for a day such as this when Corona struck. And the stabilization fund is used to ameliorate economic shocks. And so I left him $300 million in that fund. I left him $270 million in the sinking fund so that when the COFOR Eurobond became due, there'll be money to pay for it. I left him $270 million in the Ghana Infrastructure Investments Fund. I left him 2 new oil fields, revenue from 2 new oil fields. All the development of infrastructure that I did in this country in my 4 years as president was with only the Jubilee field, 1 oil field. And even then, 1 oil field, there was a problem with the FPSO turrets. And so they had to reduce production. And so he's got 3, 4, 5...
Akwano chechen semu as if say onion na ye adwuma wo oil field ni so. I say, look at this. She said, on your president, be no be bed briefing, say, be, but the guy got himself really involved in everything. He was purely involved. And ya omo ya dia akunya ma omo ana omo tietie to nteno. Me see yenti akufo adu ntena oni musa no question obetoto. Enye na obi ko musa no say na de na wa ya afa aflawo hine no school no honom no. Or say, any Sophie said, Uncle to us way. Subain, crowd nibi. Look at how the guy is articulating the points. Or kasa mani sisiso, pa. What I say? Me say 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 11. Someone po no kure na mo anje no kure na ntumu no mo awurade nyankopon se obesoma atoro a emu odin abamoso na eno na mo begye adie enye no na mo agye adie enye na yekoje akufu adodi ye enne ye nsa akosi natie mu yi abra ye ne no kure pio no eti. Look at the manis no a obubo so say odija no ade na obetena was thinking TV station so no one can say ebi oboa close to $1 billion and uja to ho one can say kofo ko je Eurobond into uja hako o make provision say yemfaska we into na kofo Eurobond no e mature na ye dia hede ye dia kwa kutua what you say oye odwin ko etri oye visionary Monya Brantiwi, he lost 2016 election not because of his performance, because of the deluge of propaganda and kofo tuguye na ono ankasa nya etan e won political party ni mo kwaku anyu dewu alote Jacobs mo sa na jeje kan aboa bi beka wa ofura ntoma aden so ya aboa bi beka wa na ofiri wontuma jeje se aboa bi beka wa ofura ntoma ono an ntuma mufo na ehwe no. He lost the 2016 election not because he didn't perform, and he was purely affected by the 8-year mantra, 8-year syndrome, no. And then the downfall ne baye. Nanka ye say, ye oko say NDC. Now that time I've no more 4 years, sir. And came memuda. It was because say na ye ni NDC atena inti himself 4 years abeka 8 years omonko and na enya influence on Mahama so. Sit down and read the political arena and nyoma to form obeti ase. It was not because Akufo-Addo e kan sem nyansasem bia o. Ene ye the power mamo. Wa betena radio station so enunti NPP for no e bie platforms be just to spew in, push in propaganda. Omo shase because 2022 no 2024 no yenya si 2023 mu pe eno ano Akufo-Addo amemu abawiye enti hwan na be replace now omunim say Mahama na agi ne ho. Let's malign Mahama, let's destroy his character, because eno na Ghana fo nim ye eno na Ghana fo gidie yen say nipa enso so unya the boldness etna wo TV station ni busa say Mahama edije taxes bibri or no tie or the taxes bibri buy Ghana fo tuya ye because Ghana fo hu say na taxes no e make sense and oye clever nti ohu kwan obefa so obegye Ghana for taxes abra ye nye dede mo ye jimi fo nti mo ye jimi fo ne ye ka bibia kire mo amunti nti one who say e levy ba ko pe mo ntumi mpaase wa bega ha na all counted the number of taxes Mahama suagu yeso wa suagu yeso se mo si taxes na enya mo ba e mo ntwa ne nyina mu e levy no enye se Ghana for mpe taxes tuya wo but omo hu se Akufo-Addo ye de Ghana sika share nsa no o de hwe ne yire ene na busuafo akosesa Nigeria for de o ma betena Ghana airport ejiji Ghana for sika aye from Frontiers Healthcare Services abra no Gucci any renowned hospitals wo Ghana betumi aye Nyaho clinic betumi aye NS chemist mu betumi aye. You have refused to build the capacity of the indigenous businesses there. And how do you want the people to understand you to take e-levies from us? What diminity? You don't have the skills. You lack the dexterity to collect taxes. The problem is not the taxes, but the problem you people haven't realized is that your approach to the issue is what Ghanaians are battling, and we will vehemently fight this particular e-levy. And because of e-levy, a man will go away, you going bonker or you go getting gaga. Kennedy Agyapong jai inyan no mano. Mami influ sukra. We mean business. We mean business. We mean business. We want our country to progress, not to retrogress. Kennedy Agyapong unya skada bay. Hwe, poku transport ma benye sika ko. Alaji Salia, Nara Power, Pipra, Mr. Bewuamu amune mina ne omu ye adwuma wo Kumasi abonten so Mr. Bewuamu nyina abenyinya sikako. Uda be na abenya sika wo mani pass mu nwiye. Se wo kọ konfo anoche. Wa bodam wo kọ konfo anoche no. Afi ne wo hu se Ghana fo ma ebre. Afi ne wo hu se Ghana patients ebre. Afi ne wo hu se wo be gigi sika se yen moa na yen koye konfo anoche yi na taxes na yitua kọ ho na. Taxes na yitua mamo no de na mo de ye. Sa problem we inti na unyansani a friend John Mahama or to hospitals go because you can never get proper healthcare services without the physical infrastructures. If you don't have the physical infrastructures, you can go in for the best medical team. They will not perform. It's like you have quality soccer players, but you don't have the soccer or the football kits. You don't have the boots, the shin guards, the goalkeeper's gloves, and what have you, the proper jerseys. Do you know that irrespective of the quality of training you receive as a medical doctor, if you work with useless machines, your spirit dampens. So, emfa honi training ye de bema se wo ye medical doctor ukojina obi ho na enyoma na wodi ye nipa ho adwuma no se nye papa emma wabamu bu ohonhom kra boto enen mahu me call Ghana. I went to the oncology department ewo enkra de I went, I saw the place. was an eyesore. I went to confront me hui and tin tiny ade. Most sorry na mo the party faithfuls and a total big organization, you know. The medical doctors, medical superintendents, the caretaker, the CEOs, no. Mo the more party faithfuls. The people who have the skills to work for Mother Ghana to go forward, no. Na mo the omu nyina ikosi bent ne so. Also call ya man for the former confront. And nunti ni yakosi for the government hospital esi oro. Oko na man for the cardboard so e wo confront e nunti na obi hyase ana o si Seria hospital no. It is a unim nyansa. Kwane ko kache akufu adu say papa yi yenye ne ntam ne yemie bi sa hospitals no. Na pressure na e wo confront so no e too much. Enye se obebusa se oje besia no ojeje taxes ndie no de ye. Uye ni frani e na wunhu de Mahama eje taxes ode ye. Akohwifo o mofisi e betena ho ama nkwase propaganda na mo ye no asa akoso bio. And we will judge every and any politician by their own works. Mahama no enye me na me kasama no ni nyuma o ye ne kasama no enu bi na me gina so a me de kasa because se me catch you say na o si Kumewu government hospital okohwa is it not there? Me di mani hu wa government hospital is it not there? Na de na de chichiri kru enye ka akwan enye school si enye hospital si enye market ene de ye chichiri ayi me nua twene Jonas ba obeye glass nko ano glass na ya na sensenwim ye de ahyehye dan ho wansi dan ya obeye de glass akohyem wa anye ka akwan a obeye de nya ka akwan papa na modi motete colonial mentality no suppressing the people no and na modi ti o wiase mu increase mon fa message wen koma Kennedy Agyapong me say o nyane fala biosa o we will match him boot for boot me wa ha I will serve you and I will serve your purpose se Ghana enko nanim eno na me ba betena ho aka ho asem me metena ha me di fufu se Ghana fixi wi a ye betimi de ye channel no aye concert nankopon ka obi bia ho wo a obaaye a obebo machi dom no se me ma remfisu se obeboa na ya support Loud Silence TV no na kakra obenya no $1 $2 $3 amount be few akomam no fa boa na yemfa mbom na yempia na enioma nko nanim na Ghana enje ne ho free abusua nkontonchi mu nankopon ka obi bia ho menia Zion Church Michiao Muntala Munkaila they love me dearly any Matilda Hiabo obi bia wotimi ba ya obehwe me presentation no me dawase Raskutuka Rastuke Faustine Potter and obi bia wotimi ba ya me ntimi modin no Ndego Anthony Ndego mechi obi bia nyankopon ka obi bia ho me dawase a friend say go akpalu home Denis Sasamoa edo bibia say ye be kan okre no se na esitie without any shred of equivocation we will spew the true and the hard truth. The painful truth is what we're going to do. Na mon sorry free on omne quasi yina omoti hono mo omoye no Ras Makaras Sylvester Mensah any Omokid Ralph Chambers Michio Bibia and Kopon Ko Bibia. I love you, bye bye.